Sometimes it takes common sense to decide if a place is a good fit for you, even if you think it's a nice place and it's a big place and you think you might have privacy. But I looked at this one place that was advertised, and it was a mobile home. And the lady, she told me she's in Canada and she'll be back in October, and now we are in April. So about 6 months she wants to rent it as the price of a room. But the thing is, I looked the place on the map. I thought this is a good deal because I don't have to share anything with anybody else, and the location was somewhat okay. It's close to transportation, but not really close. So I asked the landlord to give me the address so I can look it up on satellite on Google Maps. So I looked up the address on satellite, and it looked like it is way out. You know how mobile homes are, you go in and the houses on either side. So in the beginning it's only houses, and then you get to a circle, and after the circle there is a pond or a lake. So she was way in the back, so it was very far from the entrance to begin with. Okay, so I thought, all right, that's fine. So the next thing was the house was located way out by the water, which is a good location if you live there and you know everybody. So it was really dark. They didn't have street lights in the back. And she told me both neighbors are snowbirds, so they're gonna be gone in May. So I'm gonna be there by myself. And then she told me the son comes there and stays there sometimes. So I started thinking how safe and secure that's gonna be, because I'm gonna be there by myself, and either side of the houses are empty, and it's on an empty, that circle. They call it cul-de-sac. And there is a pond which is dark in the patio and the bedrooms. So I mean, the situation was fine. That's the situation that you don't have to share in the inside was fine, but the location of that mobile home was way in the back, secluded. And I always look at what's secure and what's safe. And the overall picture looks nice, and it's it attracts you because you don't have to share the place for the next 6 months with anybody. But the thing is, the way it was located, I didn't feel it's gonna be safe for me in a mobile home alone. And I can have friends over, but they're not gonna be staying with me. If I have a friend coming over, they'll be like, oh, she knows people, but still I'm gonna be spending the night alone. I know you'd be thinking I'm too paranoid or I watch too many movies. I'm saying in the worst case, somebody trying to look for an opportunity. As it is in those neighborhoods, I've been reading on those websites on the app, car break-in, and somebody stole stuff from their car. They left the doors unlocked. So that means people are coming and checking if somebody is leaving a door unlocked or a car door unlocked. So there are people walking around on those neighborhoods looking for an opportunity. And then they don't live probably here, not necessarily. They come from different counties, different neighborhoods, and they look around where a person is going, what they're doing. You might not see them, and that happens. So for someone to tell me it's paranoia, I can send you those messages I read on Ring app, on Nextdoor app, and so many other apps, what's happening. But anyway, so it's like common sense. And and then she had this friend that lives in the neighborhood, and he said he's gonna show me the mobile home. And I told him, okay, I can meet you there. He said, no, where you live, I can come pick you up. I thought that's strange. I mean, why is he overly friendly? And he's retired. So I'm thinking, if this guy has nothing better to do with his life and he's retired, he just wants to drive around and impose himself, like he's trying to help me to pick me up, but he's asking me where you live, I can come pick you up. I didn't, I don't feel comfortable. I don't know this guy. He's supposed to show me the place. I told him I can take the bus and meet you there. No, no, no. He started insisting, like he's insisting I can come pick you up. So I felt this is like overly friendly. I don't know. So I thought maybe he's gonna come around every now and then checking on me, like to see if I need something, if I need help. So, and what am I gonna like call this lady all the way up to Canada and complain? And the other issue, she don't answer the phone quickly. Her phone number is a Canadian phone number, and I don't have international dialing. So if there is an issue, I gotta wait on her to look at WhatsApp. There is this app called WhatsApp. So she said I don't check my app that often because I don't use that often. But if you're running a business, this is a business deal, and I have an issue, I want to be able to call you and get hold of you, within an hour or two on the same day. And she didn't get back to me till the next day, late at night, like when she has time or when she's bored, she can check the WhatsApp. And she wants to rent it and collect rent, make money, and pay her expenses, her dues, and she don't feel the need to check her WhatsApp. I thought that's very, I don't know how people think this renting a place is something they're doing extra, but they don't feel to be bothered. I feel this is a business because you collect, and as long as you're collecting money, you're taking somebody's money, and I'm sacrificing a lot of things that I can't, I'm not doing just to pay you so that you be out of my way and not bother me for the whole month. But at the same time, if I have an issue, I want to be able to contact you. Like, let's say a pipe breaks or something happens. What am I going to do? I'm going to sit there, be worried, and the place gets flooded, and she's going to be accusing me of damaging something. I'll probably be taking videos, and I'll probably, keeping a record how many times I called you. So I wasn't able to get a hold of you, but it's a lot of work, and I started thinking, you have to think about all those things because they can happen. And the other thing that can happen, that can go wrong, is we are entering next month the hurricane season, and I have the feeling we're gonna have lots of issues with the hurricane just because the winter was so bad and so much blizzard and so much happened up north. So I'm thinking we're gonna get our turn having hurricanes in season, being active this year. But you never know, it might be quiet like last year, but it's like a gamble because last year nothing happened and this year it might happen. But then again, mobile homes, if the hurricane is heading this way, it's mandatory for us to vacate. So we have to vacate the place. So that means I'm gonna have a place, but then I'm not gonna have a place. I'm gonna have to start looking for a place to stay. That means I gotta pay both places. So that's taking a gamble and a risk. And it's a high risk for me because I don't have a friend that's gonna let me stay with them for a while. Because like I mentioned in my previous video, everybody is selfish after 50 or 60, or they afraid trusting, they don't have this trust thing like they used to back in the day when they were younger and nothing happened in their life and was early on. But that's another subject, that's another topic. But anyhow, so I felt like there's too many risks, the hurricane season, being in a mobile home, it might have damages. It might tell us on TV it's mandatory evacuation. Especially, it was located way in the back in the open area. It wasn't surrounded by other homes. When you're surrounded by other homes, at least the wind is not as strong. So I thought, there's too many risks. There is the hurricane risk in a mobile home. There's this guy, he started being overly friendly and, want to check on me and pick me up. He started messaging me. I don't know him from Adams. So that was an irritant. I want to be someplace peaceful. So that would be the idea. So the third thing, the location of the mobile home was way in the back, which is nice if you're living there permanently, which everybody knows you are there, but people began assuming nobody's there or whatever, or So that's the third thing. It was too far away from other mobile homes. So I thought it's too secluded, it's not safe. So if something bad happens, nobody can hear you, nobody can see nothing. Nobody's there. It's like two houses in the cul-de-sac, and then there is no street lights in the back where the bedrooms are in the patio or whatever. So that didn't work out because of those reasons. So the main thing for me is not the view, it's not how nice the decor is, it's not how updated it is. I can live in an older place and be happy if it's peaceful, if it's safe, if it's secure, if it's close to at least something. So this place didn't have none of that to my point of view. So I'd rather skip it, even though there is privacy. That was the only thing that was good about it. I didn't have to share the kitchen and bathroom with anybody. So, but anyway, let me know if those points that I mentioned are important to you. It's too many risks, and it's like the hurricane season on top of that. Yeah, to top it off. So anyhow, well, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about all these points that I mentioned, and if you would live in a place that's secluded, knowing that we live in a world where everything that you see on the news is happening in your neighborhood or next door to you. So anyhow, leave me a comment in the comment section below. And this is what I have for you today. Please put a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.